He doesn't have to use proper pronouns. It's his constitutional right to not use. You can't make him say things.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this ridiculous school district out there in Wisconsin. Yes, Wisconsin, USA. I ain't talking about Canada. I ain't talking about somewhere in Western Europe. I'm talking about right here in the good old US of A, Wisconsin. This school district is targeting 3 middle school kids over misgendering another student. They're trying to invoke Title IX, talking about, oh, this is sexual harassment. I'm not sure what the penalty could be from this complaint or what, but this is going way too far. Nobody can tell me anything otherwise. And before I go any further into it, we're going to watch this news clip together. Oh, yes. And if you want to see this without my commentary, the link, as always, will be in the description box beneath this video. If you're watching me on IG, just go to the website, anthonyblogan.com, and it'll be there in the article. But you see the headline from one of the best platforms on Twitter, Libs of TikTok. The caption says, "This is unreal. A Wisconsin school district filed a Title IX complaint against 3 middle school students, accusing them of sexual harassment for using incorrect pronouns when addressing another student." Let's check it out.
An investigation into 3 Kiel middle school students has been launched.
The school district has filed a Title IX complaint accusing the students of using incorrect pronouns while addressing another student. Fox 11's Monique Lopez spoke with the parent of one of the students in this Project Education report.
I received a phone call from the principal over at the elementary school, forewarning me, letting me know that I was going to be receiving an email with sexual harassment allegations against my son.
Rosemary Rabidou's 13-year-old son, Braden, is one of the 3 8th grade Kiel middle school students accused of sexual harassment.
The boy's 13 years old. 13 years old with this on their back for misgendering? Is that what we're doing?
Something she disputes.
He said he's being allegedly charged with sexual harassment for not using proper pronouns. I thought it wasn't real. I thought this has got to be a gag, a joke. One has nothing to do with the other.
According to the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, or WILL, now defending the accused students, in March, one of their peers announced the pronouns they prefer to be addressed as, they or them. One of the alleged incidents Braden and the others were supposedly involved in happened in April.
She had been screaming at one of Braden's friends to use proper pronouns, calling him profanity. And this friend is, very soft-spoken and kind of just sunk down into his chair. And Braden finally came up defending him, saying he doesn't have to use proper pronouns. It's his constitutional right to not use. You can't make him say things.
Some might.
Exactly. Now, from my point of view, it looks like this person that had the pronoun issue was harassing one of the boys, screaming at him, cussing at him, all kind of stuff to make him use the so-called proper pronouns. They, them, I mean, and then my thing is this. Doesn't that sometimes change? I saw one person had a list of pronouns that they wouldn't be called throughout the day. Like I'm talking about at certain times of the day, 9 o'clock in the morning, breakfast time, call me this, 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30, that type of thing. It's ridiculous. That's not how pronouns work. Okay, pronouns take the place of a proper name. Okay, and it's static. It doesn't just change like that all the time. I mean, if it's like that, what's the point in even using it? It defeats the purpose. You're trying to reinvent the wheel while you're already driving the car. It's silly.
Say or think that you or your son are against the LGBTQ plus community.
Not at all. Not at all. My children have been raised to love everybody equally.
I mean, you gotta be gay to have a pronoun issue. Isn't that like stereotypical? You see what I'm saying? Because look, why can't I have my own preferred pronouns? I'm a straight heterosexual male, but call me king, great, call me attack helicopter, call me ribbit, rabbit. That's my pronouns because that's how I identify. I'm straight though. So you see what I'm saying? Like, why has it got to be this whole gay thing? If you don't want to call somebody something that they just make up, that means you're homophobic. It's so stupid.
Shortly after finding out her son was being investigated, Rosemary reached out to Will.
Title IX sexual harassment typically covers things like dating violence, quid pro quo sexual favors, right? Really egregious stuff. There's nothing even remotely close to that alleged in this case.
Will says the school district's policy doesn't cover the misuse of pronouns, and neither does Title IX.
Man, oh man. That's the world that we're living in nowadays, where a school district, this ain't even like the parent of the person that has the pronoun issue. It's not even the parent necessarily filing this complaint. I mean, it could be the parent or the kid complained, and then the school decided, okay, we're going to investigate because that's what they did. We're going to investigate, and then we're going to launch a Title IX complaint against these middle school boys for not using the so-called proper pronouns. And my thing is that even considered to the level of bullying? Like, what the lawyer was just talking about was Title IX complaints are used for real heavy stuff like sexual assault, like blackmail, that type of really serious thing, not gender pronoun misuse. That's not what that's for. But is it even up to the level of just common bullying? You know, calling somebody a doo-doo head or something like that isn't even up to that level. It's not. I just don't want to call you your specific pronouns. Matter of fact, I don't want to talk to you at all. You in my face screaming and hollering and carrying on, cussing and fussing, trying to fight. I'm over here just minding my business, okay? And that's it. I'm sunken down in my chair, and then my friend got to come defend me and saying, hey, you don't have to call you that. You know, we got freedom of speech, First Amendment. You can't make him just say things, which is correct. You cannot make me say things. But this is a problem that I see all over the country with kids being forced into politics. Now, I saw this particular birthday cake. I'm going to put it on the screen, but I'm going to censor it a little bit right when I show it. So the cake, it's a beautifully done cake. Shout out to the bakers. Shout out to the parents for having this done. It says, happy 10th birthday, Logan. Great name, by the way. Shout out to Logan. It has like a AR style rifle. Kind of like an AR. I can't really, kind of like an AR. Like an AR style rifle on it. And underneath that, it says, let's go, Brandon, and F Joe Biden. The whole word F is out there. Now, I posted that on my Twitter. Oh, you got kids involved in politics. Oh, it says the F word. Did you not just hear what I read? Sexual harassment charges possibly against 13-year-olds for misgendering their fellow student. You got little kids, 5, 6 years old, being exposed to sex toys in school, to trans men, women, whatever, drag queen story time. You got people that are convicted sex offenders at these drag queen story times. You got little kids being assaulted in the bathroom by older so-called trans students. You got that going on. They're facing that every single day. Some say don't involve kids in politics. The kids are involved in politics, whether you want them to or not. So, having said all that, and what these kids are really facing nowadays, why is that cake bad at all? And how are you exploiting kids? Do you see any human being in that picture? All you see is a cake. That's all. And if Lil Logan has sense, he probably understands what's going on. It's not right. He may be old enough to remember Trump and how things were under him, and now things have gotten worse, he may appreciate the whole F Joe Biden thing. He might be on social media. He might be on Twitter, Facebook, etc., and he may see this and identify with it because he doesn't like what's happening right now in the country. So people who are really offended by this, we got to just focus. We got to just zoom out and look at what's happening to our school system, to the workplace, to education, social media, everywhere, and see where that really ranks on the things that we should be concerned about. I think it's great, the birthday cake. Now, as far as the whole Wisconsin school district, whoever was in charge of the investigation, first of all, like, everybody needs to get fired. The people that were investigating these kids, the people that are trying to now file a Title IX complaint against these kids, talking about sexual harassment over not using the proper pronouns. What's it got to do with sexual harassment? What's it got to do with it at all? What does your gender got to do with this? It does not make sense, but that's where we are nowadays. People have gone stone cold, stomped down crazy, and they're attacking your kids in the process. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How you feel about the whole situation? Do you think it's ridiculous the same way I think it's ridiculous? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How you feel about the birthday cake? Is it too far, the F word too far? Or is it kind of like, hey man, 2020 is a whole lot going on. It's not really a big deal. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This can't happen. You know, public school systems out of control. It's bad enough you want to push all this LGBTQ stuff on us, on our children, without consent, without telling us what's going on, without any kind of transparency. That's bad enough. Then you want to say, oh, well, if your kid doesn't comply, well, we're going to try to get them put up on charges? Is that what we're doing? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.